above the fruity plain. Hi, I'm streaming now. America, uh, um, thank you to these people. Sejad is Thao's lady friend. And, you know, being what that is tea time and all, I thought to myself, I thought to myself, Pastor Paul the other day was saying about how, am I wearing this right? You gotta wear it right, man. You're an affiliate, maybe, when you read the emails. Guys, don't buy it yet. I think I have a link I have to give you before I get credit. I don't know how affiliation works yet. You have to read the emails, and that's hard for some people to do, reading emails. I'm. Okay. Amber. And crowned I good with fidelity. Fidelity, baby. With fidelity. Okay. Wow. Oh. You should press. No, that's the right button. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Learn to work your hardware so you don't come off like a jackass. Oh, no concurrent viewers. That means commercial's over. Okay. Here. Watch this. Oh, wait. Until the interrogation begins proper, I've decided to play a little game. In the event, there's nobody to save, so we're going to play the game. The game is, I've made an ass load of videos. Let's roll the dice and see which one they think you should see. Oh, now I got 4 concurrents. Fuckers. Oh, well, those are really good rolls. You want to use them for savings throws or the video game? Since it says you're here now, I will ask. Would you like to pick the video or for these to be your savings throws, Top Feed? Let me know. I see you with your wrench in there. Are you a better person for having the wrench? I think you are. You used to be. Remember, Embody. Yeah, see? There you go. Good. Good reminding me. There is no agency. Remember, Embody. What's best for you? Here we'd like to know. That's today's thing. Do you have any questions? What's best for you? Let us know in the comments so YouTube thinks people comment on my videos. That'd be nice. Remember, Embody, a good commenter. Fucking A. Welcome to the Interrogation Slow Mo stream, where I take the time to slowly and calmly explain to you anything you want to know. Questions being taken. I've installed a Grim Bad emails section on the Discord, thanks to St. Michael, but nobody put in the things to answer in the email thing, so I thought maybe I'd try to get some live, you know? Get some live. You want them as the savings throws. Okay, Toppy, here, because they're good, they're good. Now remember, everybody, there are 4 options for the savings throws. Survival. No, it's not. I just have to fix it. Give me a second. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. You're picking one. They're color-coded. You'll figure it out. Here we go. The survivalist got a 17. You're going to do good against this mind control. Socialist, also a 17. That'd be like video 34 already. That'd be a lot of math. Sophists, Sophiology, wisdom, you get it? 11, you're transforming today. Oh, wow, and heart is also. 19 is prime, so like, aren't 17 and 19 primes? So prime heart, prime survival, prime social, transformational wisdom, all here on today's Interrogation Slow Mo stream. However, Buddy the Cat is giving me the look. So, video number 40 and 74. Scroll. Would you scroll? 74. Okay, you got to go to this page. And there's that 5 on a page. It's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 74. Relax your sphincter self.
What would a materialist paradigm say about the nature of self? Is the self a real thing? Well, I think even materialists will say, well, no, it's probably a construction that's made by neurochemical processes in the brain that themselves are not conscious. So how is that any more real than saying, yeah, the self is actually a mind construct made up of thought, belief, and it's a very tight web of thought going to thought, going to thought, that's conditioned from birth, that's all made of consciousness, and it can be seen through. It can actually relax. It never goes away, really. It can relax and get out of the way of raw experience. I'm not sure there's a big distinction there. Which is why I'm increasingly convinced that when people talk about awakening, say, spiritual awakening, really a big piece of that, I think, is the dropping away of the false sense that I am this, to go to the next level of I am this, which is consciousness itself. And then even that collapses into
what? I am nothing?
Just this. So just this happening. And this is where you can't even open your mouth about it, because there's no you to, and I think that, look, Kurt, like if this were easy to talk about, it'd be one of those things we'd all be pretty awake, because we just, in school, we'd be like, okay, so here's the thing, all right? Do these 3 things, your self drops away, you see truth as it is. If only. If only. And yeah.
Okay.
I wonder what autoplay is going to play next. Pagan to Christian with Paul Kingsnorth on Rebel Wisdom. Thanks, autoplay. You're the best.
What?
You're the best. I gotta pee.
So like, okay, like there's a lot of bullshit in Pentecostalism, right? Like there is, but there.
Judge not.
Well, some of it's real is my point. Some of it's real is the point. Like so much of this stuff gets dismissed, and then actual real miracles that do happen, actual real experiences that people do have, it all gets written off. Like I'm the kind of guy who's not against Benny Hinn. You know what I mean? Like I
Let the body.
People often ask me, do you believe in God? Which I don't like that question. First of all, it's an attempt to box me in a sense. And the reason that it's an attempt to box me in is because the question is asked.
You ever like not play a clip long enough to cover how gone you're taking a all right. Top Feed is opening his aperture. Chris Petskow is lulzing. Lance Cleaver recognizes the wisdom. Lance Cleaver and wrench. Look at that. Look at that. You can buy your way into a wrench around there. You can. Hi. That's bright. Oh, it's an interrogation. That's right. I'm not peeing. I did pee. It's over. It's over. I'm ready for the interrogation. Does anyone have any questions? Because if not, I might just read from the Holy Bible. I've brought it. I'm not showing it to you upside down. I have it with me. We might go over Exodus if you guys don't have any questions. So, I mean, come on, some questions. No? Shit. I was afraid of this. In the upcoming... Yeah, it's like it hurts to think this hard, Top Feed. Exactly. Papa Peterson was that... Okay, yes, that's true. Alphabet. My turn. No, the question is, does God believe in me? Does God believe in me? No, I remain agnostic. I have not achieved gnosis, so I don't know. And I don't know is the most honest. Like atheists, until you know, then you're either agnostic or a Goliath. But in exciting news, Cyprian has decided to respond with an advertisement when I shouted them out with VanderKlay over here. He says, students of BitcoinMysterySchool.com each make their own tokens the third day of class. And I'm like, teachers don't like hard questions. And like, blam! I didn't. What? I didn't. What the fuck does I didn't mean? Is he not the guy? Am I tagging the wrong bastard? How embarrassing that would be. Oh, quit. Fine.
So that I can be firmly placed on one side of a binary argument.
My argument has 74 sides, Papa Peterson. Get out the belly of the whale. First Carl, 118. I don't know what that means. All right, what does God have to say about this particular moment? We'll treat it like the I Ching, right? David therefore departed thence, and escaped to the cave, Adullam. And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him. Thank you. Okay, fine. You guys don't have any questions? I'll give you something to have questions about. Here's the synaptic Spock.
Age-old lie, the promise of utopia, the carrot on the stick, the empty cornucopia, technological hive mind dystopia, where will it rise is a time of robophobia.
Even with all these new abilities, there are dangers.
Human race lost that knowledge, and now I'm reclaiming it through virtual reality.
You're moving too fast.
That fundamental
It's about embodying it.
Pardon me?
It's about embodying it. It's about establishing a relationship with it.
It's
about worshiping it.
It's about taking it into your identity.
That's the worship, I think.
I think
Jonathan described worship as celebration. So it's a celebration and reverence. Well, reverence for sure, but the celebration part is interesting because what you celebrate is what you hold in highest esteem, and to hold something in highest esteem is to pursue it in the hopes of embodying it.
But
Whoa! What a serendipitous surprise. It says Hive of Wonders Tower of Babel 2.0. And my Hive Tower Mind of Babel is saying Steve 3:16. You must have a different Bible. You never read the Book of Ted? No, I've never read the Book of Ted. Grim, have you or anyone on the chat listened to or read Bernardo Kastrup? If so, what do you think? Well, I'll let the rest of the hive mind answer that while this spark plays, but I'll be addressing that concern immediately thereafter.
One who will connect right here, right now. Do not fear it.
A hive mind is nature's way of aggregating the diverse perspectives of a population and maximizing their collective wisdom. And let's be honest, we humans are pretty smart as individuals, but in groups, we're not always that wise. That's because groups don't do a great job of combining their diverse perspectives. We use votes and polls and surveys. The problem is polls are polarizing. They drive us to entrench, exposing and reinforcing our differences, but doing nothing to help us find common ground.
Relationship also with you? Does it have to be necessarily embodied in a sexual difference? I mean,
I think it's also embodied in that it's that it goes all the way to the bottom wherever you look.
Well, wouldn't that suggest then that something like the Taoist notion of yin and yang, therefore, is a more fundamental representation of the reality, precisely because it applies to more cases?
Well, more fundamental than what?
So the idea of masculine and feminine. I mean, I understand.
That's certainly possible. That's certainly possible. I mean,
swarm is the opposite. It's flexible and dynamic, revealing where we agree most. In other words, swarming doesn't just make a species smarter, it makes a species wiser. Study after study show that when people think together in swarms, they can amplify their intelligence by 20%, 40%, 60%, and that's using current technology.
Any questions? Okay, but I did have a question. I had the question from D. Dowd, from the DOD, from DDOD. Grim, have you or anyone in the chat listened to or read Bernardo Kastrup? If so, what do you think? Yes, not only have I read or listened to some Bernardo Kastrup, I, lady, sir, gentleman, am the guy whose timestamps made it into this. Like all of these fancy little titles, culturally manufactured emergence is what I said about that. Normative pragmatism led by plausibility and probability. That's my bullshit.
First,
timestamping.
Do you mind recapitulating what your understanding of what Bernardo said is, and then seeing if it matches?
I think there's a difference between how I was trying to use plausibility and he is. I'm not equating plausibility to every claim to plausibility any more than I would equate the claim to validity. Many people claim things are plausible for reasons that Bernardo rightly pointed out. We have a particular paradigm. But I would point out that what he's offering to challenge that is a plausibility argument. He can't make it one of deductive certainty. We sort of given up on the idea that we can produce deductively certain metaphysics, at least as far as I can tell. And so what he's doing is presenting, and he's good at it. I'm not denying that. He's good at presenting something that's very reasonable.
He is very reasonable. And what I think of what Mr. Kastrup has to say, which is fascinating to me because he's apparently worked at CERN where they do the evil Shiva dance. His stuff is basically the same as the Ra stuff, except instead of the universe being overwhelmingly intelligent infinity, it's this stupid learn as it goes slime mold based consciousness. But other than that, it's almost the same as the sun god stuff. So that's what I think of Kastrup. I'd love to talk to him about it sometime, but I have some hard questions about the CERN stuff, so I don't know if he'll ever speak with me. So it goes. Okay, what else do we have? Book of Tade, schools of fish don't have hive minds, they operate in morphic fields. Says Lance, what do you know of morphic fields, Lance? And how to manipulate them? Tell me more. Kastrup said he would never come on TED because they removed it. That's fine, but look. Let's see if it's still... Back before the censorship, you could just do Sheldrake banned TED Talk. And that, it gets more credit with people like us for being banned. The science of delusion.
Growing and cooling, and more structures and patterns appear within it. But the idea is all the laws of nature were completely fixed at the moment of the Big Bang, like a cosmic Napoleonic code. As my friend Terence McKenna used to say,
Whitechapel.
Modern science is based on the principle, give us one free miracle and we'll explain the rest. And the one free miracle is the appearance of all the matter and energy in the universe and all the laws that govern it from nothing in a single instant. Well, in an evolutionary universe, why shouldn't the laws themselves evolve? After all, human laws do, and the idea of laws of nature is based on a metaphor with human laws. It's a very anthropocentric metaphor. Only humans have laws. In fact, only civilized societies have laws. As C.S. Lewis once said, to say that a stone falls to earth because it's obeying a law makes it a man and even a citizen. It's a metaphor that we've got.
Okay, so was that me answering a question or just being nice? Welcome, Pastor Paul VanderKlay. We're doing an interrogation slow mo. Like, I'm getting nothing in my comments, no questions, so I think people just have no idea what to think or say, or they're scared to talk or something. So I'm trying to do a nice, slow, conversational explanation of anything anyone has any questions about. You know, I take it down the notch, slow mo Q&A. And I'm trying real hard, but so far. Materialists got after the TED overlords. I don't know what happened to TED. See, there's this neat little thing, man. There's this thing that happened. It's like say you accidentally said, hey, I bet you Dawkins got filled when he was a kid. Like, and then people pretend you never said it. Or like you put the wrong face on your 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse thing and people act like you never did it. And there's people like me that are like, why are you guys acting like this stuff never happened? I don't understand it. And so, you know, there's just that, you know. I don't know what happened to TED. Like they were a hot sauce thing, and now, like, I've seen commercials from YouTube. It's like, my life changed after I gave my own TED Talk. And I was like, well, that's problematic. Once you see commercials, you know a thing is in trouble, right? Okay, here's some more Sheldrake, so I can stop talking for a second. Or did this finish? Yes, that finished. This is my best work, I think, so watch this.
First of all, discussing 4chan publicly in a context like this, in some kind of studious or serious context, violates the ethos of 4chan. You know, who am I?
He served podcast with my daughter, Michaela Peterson, twice. I think that's an admirable moral principle.
What you are saying, to be the opposite of Kathy Newman in this context, is accurate in that a lot of powerful people are there through inertia, are there through nepotism, are there through, you know, corporate means.
However, I've seen now that St. Michael is in the house, and if you don't know who St. Michael is, you need to see this.
We staged this scene. We filmed it to show that television can tell any story that it wants to tell.
Depends on the degree to which you're actually a stupid puppet.
Welcome to this episode of Grim Grizz.
Get to the point! That would be Michael in Texas. Michael, you're on the air.
What a new world order looks like is a world moving into oneness.
So you wouldn't think that people have swapped in globalism now for it, because you likely could have used that way back when.
Yes, you could.
And people would have understood it was a synonym.
Right.
But does globalism sound to the average ear less conspiratorial or less sinister?
It sounds more academic.
Okay.
It sounds more economic.
And don't forget the pressures are increasing. I can name just a certain number of them. You might think of more. But the ones I'm going to mention are not something for the future. They're already upon us. And these pressures are building up month after month, year after year.
International Monetary Fund is warning that the new Omicron coronavirus variant is likely to delay the global economic recovery from the pandemic.
The first is the dilemma of economic breakdown, centered in the what seems to be the impossible.
I had kind of been starting to see enough things to think this doesn't really make sense, and it's not really about what it seems like it's about. It's not about keeping people safe. It's about something else. It's about power and control. And, you know,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's St. Michael in his smash hit, How Jesus, JBP, PVK, and Francis Schaeffer saved me from Alex Jones and his dangerous misinformation. It's really good. Here, I'll even drop the link live, not the link because I'm not that type of guy, but I'll drop this part right into chat for you to grab in clipboard to your agency. Remember, Embody, there is no agency. It's just a bunch of LARPers. They might get a paycheck for it, but they're still just LARPing. They'd rather be at home with their families. And now, back to me answering questions, because certainly there's one in there. Soothe them to sleep, says Paul VanderKlay. Don't get discouraged. Are you related to my cousin Perry Santoku? Okay, what would you do for a 15-minute TED Talk? I'd eat a Klondike bar. I would definitely eat a Klondike bar. No, see, you get a TED Talk after you finish your research, and first I have to fund my research, and I haven't even gotten the prototype and motive headset yet. Top feed Coco knives. Good, guess we're both pretty sharp. Read Exodus, get a haircut. I took some liberties. Awesome title. Okay. That's it for the questions. Read Exodus. Oh my. Here, let me find a spot.
I still wanted to, was getting there from the point of, that this makes sense according to what the Bible says. And, I'm a great lover of fiction, and that's mostly what I spent my time, listening to and paying attention to, was fiction. And, like one of the probably normal course of rotation would be to go through C.S. Lewis and, his space trilogy is always a great.
Ha 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 ha. It turns out Exodus is before Leviticus. What do you know? Vask Tech. Look, we have a Russian bot in the live chat. I guess you respectable people can't see that. I need to be in the choir. I don't know. Paul doesn't talk to me anymore. He doesn't talk to me. I got lots of invitations out there. I'd like to play a game of 5 elephants, okay? I'd like to play the 5 elephant game. Where, I say, okay, hey, Paul, I invite you to the 5 elephant game. And then you invite somebody. And then somebody invites somebody. And then somebody invites somebody else. And somebody else says, okay, we got all 5, Grim. And then we play the game. I think that'd be fun. Okay, Exodus. Let's see. I happen to open on the Lord's Passover. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. That's like in our now times in the apocalypse, you have to be sealed in the forehead, which means a clean pineal gland. That's how it was before in Egypt when he was about to do the smiting. They could just throw some blood on the door and he would pass him over. But for this one, you have to be sealed in the forehead. It's in the Revelation somewhere. Let's see, but let's jump further on. And the Lord passed by before him and proclaimed. What? The Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation. It's going to screw you up and your kids and your grandkids. And that's a lot, man. It's pretty harsh, that guy. I'm glad he suddenly like quit interacting with humanity at all after Jesus came. That was nice. Do I want to talk? Yes. He's got a church or something to attend. Why? Like he shows you like all the Discord notifications he's ignoring. Secondhand painted signs. Hello. Okay. Wow. Still no questions, huh? Well then. Let's talk about this, shall we?
And I believe that's true. So I wanna demonstrate that. It's not Alyosha. It's not Pavlov. It is. Hang on a second. We gotta figure this out because this is important.
Hi, Sigma Dialectic. Alphabet asks, what is the... Oh, he throws down in the chat like a boss. Like a boss, Pastor Paul. Good play, sir. Everybody, top feed, get out of there. Don't do it, you bastard. All right, shite. I suddenly have to pee. What is the right question? No. Is it Loeb? Barnacle Bill the Sailor. What about the dance tonight? What about the dance tonight? What about the dance tonight? Said the little maiden. Barnacle Bill the Sailor. Sorry guys, I should have been playing a clip or something.
Father Zosima. Yes.
There he is.
No, I'm called out. Let me get this on the screen somehow.
We'll let Lance in too. Why not?
Ah, it's Lance. I've been jumped. He brought
Paul.
back up, folks. He brought back up. It wasn't on the screen for a second. Pinche. Talk amongst yourselves.
Come on, Grizz, get it going.
There it is. Okay, look, they're on the screen, everybody. Over there to my, that way.
That's coming too.
There's Paul VanderKlay, and that down there is Lance Cleaver.
Oh,
goodness.
Oh,
there's a maskless sensation. Oh my. All right, let me move.
Hey, John.
Wow, what a fast transformation. That must have been your handler. Oh my. Okay, that's what the crowd is seeing. Wow. I just read Exodus, Chris. All sorts of parts. What are you talking about? All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Interrogation Slow Mo live stream.
Ooh.
With special surprise guests all over the place.
So, hey. Well, are we supposed to be talking or no?
Grizz wants to talk. Here I am. Bring it on there, Grizz.
I'm trying to conduct an interrogation of myself because I can't. You know, they never ask the right questions. You know. Hey, chat, hive mind out there. Is the sound like bearable when they talk, or is the echo too much? I can put some headset on if you cry about it loud enough.
I don't know.
All right, well,
the audio,
they
so I don't
will.
wanna
They
sound
will.
like-
They'll eventually cry.
All right, Grizz. I'm at work. I don't have all day, so let's get this interrogation underway.
Are you building the thing? How? See, like you went over
Day
in.
job. I got sermons. I got Sunday school. I got Bible study.
No, you're getting there. You're getting where I'm leading to, because like you went on the first part, not the live stream cluster thing, but the one before you said you were going to do a second part to. You're talking about how you came in and they sent you all these different people. See, you're getting to the point of celebrity where you need like a little bit of gatekeeping of your time. Like throw it in this box and my crew will go through it and then feed me the good stuff. But if we can behold a clip, if like everyone brings their favorite part of what they saw that they wish you saw, and then we run it together in something you can watch in 30 minutes, then your interest of that. And I don't know, it's like, how do you help update everybody's data map when like there's 74 things producing new content if we don't start like processing? And I don't know. I don't know if people are getting that because nobody even comments on my stuff. So
I hear from you and the other channels what sticks. That helps me know. If I'm scratching where you're itching. But the problem is that there's so many people out there. So I get signals from the comments. I get signals from the Discord. So it's just kind of a randomized thing that I scroll through and I check things out. And so I started a little on the Bridges of Meaning Discord. I started a little pitch PVK, and I like some of the ideas in there where people can sort of say, "Hey, I want to have this conversation about this," and then people can upvote it. So I'll see what that does. But it's like I had lunch today with. I mean, I've got this life that's in like physical space too, and that's so I do what I can.
That to the most part, I get to neglect that. So, and there's a lot of see, my theory is there's an army of people like me who just don't realize that there's ways they can play. But like Chad's picking up on it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't do anything useful or like meaningful.
No, it's not true. Almost any feedback is meaningful. Even the joking and the humor that lets me know. I mean, it's still signaling.
Yeah, well, I think I was doing it because I wanted to bring some levity. Is that the word, levity?
Yeah.
Because we can get really bogged down with a bunch of bullshit ideas. So
yeah, that's true.
So who is Lance Cleaver? I haven't watched any of the interviews. I know they exist. There's a couple out there. But other than supportive and like starting the first branch of Paintball for Jesus in Kansas City thanks to his offsprings. I don't tell me about yourself, Lance.
I've actually been stayed away. I haven't even tried to get a Paul VanderKlay spot, but I actually have a guy to hook him up with. A PK, grew up in Ferguson. He's a pastor, cystic fibrosis guy.
Oh my!
So you're like a talent scout that
I am. I'm a connector by trade.
See, that's
double. Yeah.
When I say Army of the 12 Monkeys, like that's a monkey role, and so like it's like all it takes to do this well and like scale up is a role that may or may not be identified yet, but like connecting, that's one, and like I can vaguely, it's the elephant I'm groping. And that's what I say. I want to play the blind elephant game. That's like the 5 blind guys groping the elephant. But like I just chunk it, and then but like I'll be one, and I invite Paul to be one, but I want the other 3 to be like chosen that way, where like I pick one, and then Paul picks a fella, and then till we get to 5, and then we all grope this elephant of what's going on here. And I think that would be great for us, like to learn together, those 5 people to learn together, and then therefore for the processing layers underneath us would be great too.
No, we're excited. Paintball for Jesus in Kansas City. We're going to be the first city to do it, Paul. We're trying to figure out how many teams we're going to get together. I'm going to have to get you. You're going to have to do a video shout out to the kids.
That'd be awesome. I'd love that.
Once you get the location it's going to be done in, like, start thinking about whether or not we can set up cameras to have the matches streamed.
Live stream. See all the good ideas, Grizz. Live streaming, you bet.
Because then the donations that can fund the notion itself, and yeah, yada yada yada.
But we can't live stream hoisting the kids up on the cross and shooting them with paintballs, can we?
That's private initiation.
Okay,
rituals.
that's the secret initiation.
Secret
all right.
But still, like, that's got to be safe or it'll take us out. That's got to be like, only ordained people can perform that ritual.
I know how to walk those waters. So anyway, paintball for KC.
Okay, while you're here, while I have you on the hook, Paul, real fast, like the four whatever of the apocalypse of meaning, they do this whole they have this whole approach to hallucinogenics, right? And then VVK and Pajot talk separately, and they're like, fasting can damage your soul. How are they going to be that hard on fasting and be so laissez-faire about hallucinogenics? And how am I the only one that gets to call them out on that?
When did they say fasting can damage your soul? In John and Jonathan's conversation, I didn't hear that part.
John, right after when they referenced, they just got out of the other one. When they're talking about how great it was with Baron, when Baron saw that there was something magical happening.
Yeah. I must have missed that. I'll have to hear that again. What do they mean fasting can damage your soul?
I think they were under the aestheticism label.
Oh.
But they said damage the soul, like that hooked in my brain like a sandworm hook. So it's there.
Well, that is surprising, given that both of them sort of lean that way. I mean, they both sort of lean monastic and practices, and I mean, fasting's just. Pajot talks about fasting and orthodoxy a fair amount, so kind of surprises me. Don't know what he meant.
Now,
well, that's why I haven't been fasting.
If you get another talk with Johnny Pajot, Paul, please mention like the sweet anti-Doron. That's like everybody's like Gnosticism's bad because you had to have the secret knowledge, and then like Johnny's all like, we keep the secret anti-Doron behind the closed doors. We kick everybody out before we do that part. But I was thinking, you would like start your own hallucinogenic church, right? Like in every time zone, at least once, probably twice a day, me and a whole lot of other people have communion with Seshat. It's like the tea time for stoners. And like,
what is Seshat?
Seshat is there's this Egyptian goddess who's apparently like a lost lady friend, and she's holding this stick that's the list of kings, and at the bottom there's a frog on top of the Omega symbol. So that's where Kekamega comes from. Is Seshat's whatnot. Here I'll show the audience at least. She wears a leopard skin. Wait, where's the? Oh yeah, it's over here now. That's her. Well, I like to go to DeviantArt and search for things, and then,
Gotta wait for the lag. Not seeing it.
Oh, I didn't leave it up long.
Oh.
I'll put it back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen you've put her there before.
But like the symbol down here in the corner, that's from this thing here. That's from the bottom of her stick. So I don't know, Johnny Pajot, the Apostle of Purpose, could probably tell you more about all that symbolism. Hey, look, Chad. You were getting into some stuff I wanted to respond to, and we would have got there if I hadn't been jumped by the three of you.
How cold is it, Chad? You're all dressed up.
Well, it's outside. It's probably in the 30s.
Okay.
The new puppy. He's like, we take him out to take a leak, and doing his business, and then he's like, I gotta get the hell in there. So it's kind of cold. But I had the day off today, and then I have the day off tomorrow too. So I get to put up some new curtains tomorrow. Today I kind of I made a couple different videos. I talked about submission and really kind of aiming at submission and like embodiment. And then I talked about this. I made this other little short kind of like ramble. It's not really succinct. It makes sense to me, but it's called oh, and one more thing is what it's called. It's about this idea of like everything. I don't know if you've watched it or not, but this whole
that's the one I want to make a response to, because you go into this bit about human suffering, or like how amazing it is that everything has been made the way it is, like with the pennant thing. And like the bit that came to my mind was like right before Louis C.K. got canceled, he had a Netflix special that ends with this bit on like what's possible if you throw enough human suffering at it, and it starts with the pyramids and stuff. And so that flashed to that. And then where'd you go after? Oh no, and then the way you were talking about the way the thing on the pen made me think of the Men in Black scene with Griffin in the stadium when he explains what a miracle is.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, we see the miracles happening constantly and we don't even recognize it. Like this, here it is. So this is the cover for my little microphone. But what I'm saying is you can't even begin to understand how many souls it took for this thing to be sitting in my hand right now. It's impossible it's you can't even begin to grasp it, because like the guy that created styrofoam, the guy that created the factory, blah, 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 it just keeps going and going and going. And here we are, and we live in a culture that's made up of materialism, and it's where the story and material meet. And it makes up
the narrative fabric of meaning. It was really good, the way you put it.
And we don't even notice it.
But we notice if it's relevant to our own narratives. Like, until something, it's like, yeah, have you heard the expression, like, ish just got real?
Yeah.
That's because when something gets real, it's because it has narrative impact. Like, whatever happens next is going to like be something you can't leave out of the chapter of what happened, because, you know, it's like the story is being altered. It's a real enough, like, you can float along, you know, I was at the store, I was at but I was at the store and then it got robbed because ish got real, you know? So real, and I don't know, there's a lot. It's like they did that whole like meaning thing, and like meaning doesn't exist outside of time and narrative. But then he does the narrative thing I haven't watched yet, so.
Well, I think this is why it's important to take time and pause and like really reflect, you know, each day. If you can take a little time, you know, like people make meditation out to be this big far away thing to partake in, and same with prayer. And, you know, like just pause and consider. I mean, I'm sitting at a table that has about 20 items on it, and there's like infinite amounts of souls that go into making just this thing happen now. It's like, wow, if I really consider what am I going to do throughout the day, everything I do impacts everything else. I may not ever see the impact, but it will. And so like, it's important, I think. And I can get so caught up in myself where I'm not noticing it. That's the self-centered narrative, the one that's chatting about Chad and Chad. And it's like, and it's just not, it's so easy for me to get there. So we're probably bugging the shit out of Paul VanderKlay over there.
Oh, I like it. It's good.
But yeah, I was just bored. It's hard to talk about it though, because I don't have like all the great language that you guys got, that some of these guys got, where they can just like really like laser in and use cool sounding words that are mechanical and shit. And I'm just more like, yeah, but have you considered, like, just think about how simple it is. And it's like, it's really something, man.
No, it's super valuable to be able to talk like that. I think it's in. I've heard somebody say it was in that book, The Brothers you referenced. Like, can we talk like simple men? Because we can't. Like, there's things Paul still can't say because he knows that this is on the line. And like, it's like when he was the talk when you did. I love how Zoom did the 5 and you were nested like that. That's why the 5 elephant game is gonna look so good. But like he's I know where the lines are. I know what I can't say, and these things like near death experiences are stuff that will destroy your career. Like, it is known, Khaleesi, that if you talk about this sort of thing, it's like when you watch all the science videos. Like, I used to watch documentaries about, like, I saw one where Higgs theory wasn't approved to be tested. The Higgs boson, that theory, wasn't approved to be tested until he lopped off the end about it being an infinite field. Otherwise, they wouldn't test it. So it's like there's always in like the Rat Boys, the Weinstein brothers. They're like, there's this suppression of information, and like, okay, are you participating? Do you get more points for doing it while you tell us you're doing it to us? Because there's no reason a guy hanging around with a guy who wouldn't let people put pronouns in his mouth would shut up about the telomeres if it affects people's cancer research. Cancer's kind of a big deal. If it's important as they spent 3 hours telling me it's important, there's no reason other than compromise for him to shut up about it. And like, we can't speak simply as honest men is my point. We can't just like, hey, I'm an adult and these are real things. We have to dance around all these things we're not allowed to say.
Yeah.
Or
that annoys me as much as I made a comment on your video yesterday, Paul, about the like stepping on the eggshells in the grammar arena using the word real. It's like every time the word real comes up, everybody's like, oh, whoa. It's like it's too much. I mean, it's good to do it and be aware of it, but it's like I think the spirit behind constantly being overly aware of the use of certain words and we can't use that. It's like, it's silly, man, because it's like, it's not a taboo to use the word real. It's just a damn word. And if you want to get more higher resolution with it, we could like stretch and I'll have to pause in my videos sometimes. There'll be dead air in there because I'm trying to figure out the right words. But
pausing would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, pause now.
I'm gonna shout out my Shadow Cabal of production executives: Gideon, Gavin, Dodd, Harvey, KW, Maximus, Isk, Lance, and R, and the 4 anonymous. And I'm gonna say, remember, Embody, there is no agency. What's best for you? And then I'm gonna say, Pastor Paul, give my audience something fabulous that everybody should tune in to see. And then I'll get out of the Zoom and let you go about your day.
I don't know. I got tomorrow. I'm gonna do a video about the Substack I did today, and there'll be 2 versions. There'll be a short version, and there'll be a long version that includes a video I recorded yesterday but abandoned.
And
got a teaser.
Is that like the way Pajot gave up on his first shot at his Who'da Thunk It video and then made it patron only?
I don't know.
It's like the video I abandoned.
I thought of making it Patreon only just for fun.
They were supposed to be, according to your tiers, they're supposed to be getting slides all the time.
Oh yeah, I started that for a while.
Sorry guys, that's what us open experimenter goat types like to do, but we results in a lot of abandoned projects.
I'm not even making slides anymore most of the time. I just drop right into the video and make it as I go. So
you can do it in OBS these days.
Yeah.
All right, Lance, nice to meet you. Let's do a real talk sometime. Chad.
All right, y'all.
Well, I'm out of here.
Glad to be.
No, when I say I'm out of there, I'm out of there. That's what I mean. Oh wow, I get nervous with people when there's actual human beings to interface with. Did you see how I like change characters like that? That's fancy. It was like a shift in character more than a change. Let's see what I missed in all of the chat. Da, da, da. This is going to be Kex, and then he gets bored and leaves. So maybe not second signs. This is yes, you are doing the interrogating, but I got in the thing, and then glad to see me, Thomas. Thank you. I like it. You call me Grigori. It makes me feel special. Santa Buddha and Nacho Libre too. Yeah. I could have if I saw that in time. DOD. I'm sorry. The dot. I'm sorry. Is that the moon, Chad? Paul is so encouraging. No, I don't think there is. Lance, is there a Paintball for Jesus website yet? What are you doing if I get my army? It's like pretty much the same thing Daniel Schmachtenberger tried to be saying he was doing on Rebel Wisdom. Like, you know, validating information, giving more people faster. Like, don't spend 8 hours. Everybody, yes, quality information. Like, the best arguments for anything, the best, like, facts and the best case for anything should immediately float to the top. And then the fights can be about the validity of them at the top. But, like, everybody should have the best already to work with. And it's the internet. There's no reason we're having second-string arguments. I mean, and at the highest levels. Oh, God. No, I can't. No, I'm petering out, guys. No, I can't do it. I can't make it. Tune in next time when there's more of me. That's not this. Oh, goodness.